So today we are going to do the location break even. Now we have a question here and it says the management is given the following data to decide which site to choose to contract their ad source productions. Now the first question says eliminate the unattractive sites. For me to eliminate the unattractive sites, I do check at the fixed cost, total cost, and variable cost. The first thing I check is the fixed cost, and I check those sites have the same fixed cost. We can see sites E and G have the same fixed cost of $300,000. Now we check, so for us to eliminate either of those, we have to check the total cost, which has the lowest total cost. We don't eliminate that one, but the one that has the highest total cost, we eliminate it. We can see G has the highest total cost compared to E, and thus we eliminate G. So G is one of the first sites that we eliminate. Now we check if there are other fixed costs that are the same. There's none. Now we check at the variable cost. We can see there is two 40s, this 40 at C and this here at the 40 at H. So we check which site has the lowest total cost compared. Now we compare H and C. We can see H has the lowest total cost. So we eliminate C. Site C will be eliminated. Then we also check another that has the same variable cost. We can see H, we can see I and E. So we check which are the smallest total cost, which is E, while I has the highest total cost. So we eliminate I because it's the highest total cost. And those are the three sites that I will eliminate. Now the next says plot the remaining sites. To plot the remaining sites, we just come and highlight which is site, fixed cost, and total of A to B. Because I eliminated C, we skip C by clicking Control, hold Control, and then go to D, highlight D to F, skip G, and highlight H and skip I. Then we go to Insert, we insert line chart, and we can use this one. And that is it. So we can, now we want to plot, but we should have 6 lines. Now for us to have the 6 lines, we switch rows to column like that. Now after switching rows to columns, now we have to ensure that we have values here at the downside. Now we have to select data and then we edit. You see these are the fixed cost. We have to edit this one, edit, and it is from 0 to 200. That is our downscale, and you click OK, and OK. That is it. Now we have to move this all to the Y. How do we move them? We click at them. Sorry. We click at the chart and then we change the chart type. Change chart type from that we use XY scatter and we place OK. A moment, let's go back. Yes, change chart type to XY scatters with lines. That is it. And that is our plot, the remaining sides. Those are the plotted charts. Now we have to enlarge this one. So there's a location for our chart. We can move it here, move our chart here to this location. Now we can enlarge it. Let's enlarge our chart. Now the next question says calculate the break-even points. The break-even points is where they are the same, and it says it gives you only points along the lowest line count. So we come and see the lowest count, the lowest line. This is the lowest line. and the first line it meets with, that is our line is A, so it means that A meets with this with E. So the first one is A, that is where you have the meets E. That is how we have the first point. This point here. Let me use these three illustrations to show you the point. This one. It's around 1000. Yeah, that is the first point. Then we check where does it meet another line. We are just dealing with the lowest one, and it's meeting this grayish. So it is the grayish, the next one, the lowest point, which is gray is D. So it means that E meets D. That is E meets D, and that is this point here. Let me also show it out. Sorry. So this point around here, it's not 1500, but it's around there. So it's around 14 something. Yeah, now we go to the break evens. That is what you are doing. So you have already seen the two things. The two A meets B. That means their total cost must be equal. Not the total. Then you have to equate them. So for it says that our equations for that part, we put them here. So our first question will be there. A meets E. And then we know the total cost is given by the unit plus unit. Okay, the fixed cost plus the unit plus the quantity. So we just put here when what is the value for A? We know, we check here. A is 150. So fixed cost is 150,000 plus what are the units? The units are 62. No, variable cost, sorry. Variable cost is 62 times quantity, which is the unit, must be equal to those of fixed cost of E. What are the fixed costs for E? Is 300,000 and the units are 47. So they are equal to 300,000 fixed cost for E plus the 47 quantity. That is it. Now for E, we have seen it, so it will be 3 for E meets D, that is 300,000. That is the fixed cost. We add by 47, which is the quantity, must be equal to the fixed cost for D, which is 550, and its units are 30, must be equal to 550,000 plus the 30, the variable cost times quantity. Now let's do the calculations where that A meets D. So we put them there, and then we put the rectangles together. It will be 62, sorry, putting rectangles together, 62Q minus 47Q must be equal to 300,000 minus 150,000. We know this will be equal to 62 minus 47 must be equal to 350. Now 300 minus 150 will become to, we know that 62 minus 47 is 15, so it will be 15Q is equals to 150,000. That is 300 minus 150 is equals to 150,000. So our value for Q will be equal to 150,000 divide by 15. Enter. Those are the break-even quantities when A meets E. Now we find for when E meets D. So it will be 47Q, so big Q, that is quantity, minus 30. Q must be equal to 300 must be equal to 550,000 minus 300,000. So this will be equal to, that is 17. Q is equals to 50,000. Sorry, 47 Q minus 30 Q. Sorry, Q is equals to 250. Since it's 550 minus 304. So our Q for E meets D, Q will be equal to 250,000 divided by 17. So those are the units for when E meets D. Those are the break even points. Now the next part, we have to find the decision. We have to make a decision. You can see the fourth question. We have to, before we tackle the fourth question, we have to create decision depending on these ones. So our decision, so if for the A meets E, if Q is less than 10,000, units, then if they are less, then we will choose A, then A, then A. We choose A. Now the next decision, let's type here decision points. Let's enlarge this one. Let's enlarge the at least for them to be visible. Let's enlarge, yeah, like that. So that is our first decision. Then the next decision will be if Q is equals to 10,000, that is 10,000, then either A or E. Now also if Q, let's say if 10,000, let's say if 10,000 is less than Q and the 14,000, this is for the units when meet D, and if Q is greater than, is less than, Q is less than 10,000 and less than 14,706, let's use its whole number, then we choose E. That's the third line. And then another decision is if Q is equals to this 14,706, then either E or D. The last decision you can use is if Q is greater than 14,706, then D, we have to choose D. Yeah, because it did the highest. Now we come to this question. So the question is asking, the management decides to reproduce 22 units. Which side do you recommend? Now we use the decision that we have here. We can see A is out of the picture. Now we are remaining with E and D. So we say that if the quantity is greater than 14706, then it means that since they have decided to produce units that are greater than 14706, then the best site for them will be site D. So D is the best site where they can run it. That is D. Since 22 is greater than the 14706. Now we look at the last one. So the management made the wrong decision and decided to go with site A instead of your answer in site B. How much? So for us to get the answer, it will be the total cost for site A, which they went for, minus the total cost for our site. So what is the total cost for A? So it's equal to total cost of A, this one, minus the total cost of our site D. And enter. So they made a loss or 3 or 4,000 for choosing that one. And that's how we do the location break even. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.